Welcome to the Productivity Zone. We are going to look at some of the top news stories of the week, starting with a story from AccuWeather. Two rescued after hot air balloon crashes Dangles from Texas cell tower. After the balloon hit the cell tower, it became stuck about 920 feet in the air. February 28th. Firefighters in East Texas rescued two people after the hot air balloon they were traveling in struck a cell tower and left them stranded, officials said. In a Facebook post, the Longview Fire Department said the incident happened around 8:15 a.m. in North Gregg County. Neither of the occupants were injured. After the balloon hit the cell tower, it became stuck about 920 feet in the air. Climbing operations began around 8:50 a.m., using multiple rope systems due to the extreme height and complexity of the incident, the post said. The rescuers reached the balloon occupants around 10 a.m. and were both brought to the ground. Longview is about 130 miles east of Dallas and 65 miles west of Shreveport, Louisiana. Next news story. This one is also from AccuWeather. The moon turned red during the only total lunar eclipse of 2026 on March 3rd. Here are standout photos from Western North America from viewers across Australia, New Zealand, and parts of Asia. The only total lunar eclipse of 2026 unfolded in the pre-dawn hours of Tuesday, March 3rd, causing the moon to turn red in a phenomenon called the blood moon. Totality was visible across parts of the western part of North America where the eclipse reached its peak in the pre-dawn hours. Farther east, including eastern United States, the total eclipse was not visible, though some areas were able to catch partial phases of the event. People across Australia, New Zealand, and Eastern Asia were also able to catch a glimpse of the eclipsed moon, at least where the weather cooperated. Here are some of the best views of the eclipse from around the world. Next news story. Severe storms to rumble over central U.S. from Wednesday through the weekend. Multiple rounds of severe thunderstorms will develop from Texas to Illinois through the weekend, bringing risks of large hail, damaging winds up to 80 miles per hour, and a few tornadoes, along with potential flooding. Multiple rounds of severe weather will target areas from Texas to Indiana from Wednesday through the weekend, including the threat of tornadoes. Most thunderstorms will develop along the boundary separating surging warm, humid air from the Gulf and colder air pressing south from Canada, with the greatest concentration over parts of the Great Plains and the Mississippi Valley. The first round of weather will unfold Wednesday from central and northeastern Texas northeastward into southeastern Kansas, central and southern Missouri, and southern Illinois and Indiana. The main threats will be large hail, damaging winds, with AccuWeather local storm max of 80 miles per hour. A few of the strongest storms could also produce tornadoes. The atmosphere will reload over parts of the same region Thursday. By the evening and into the night, the severe weather threat will be extended from northeast and central Texas into western and central Oklahoma and south central Kansas. The tornado threat appears low Thursday night, but the strong storms can still produce damaging hails and wind gusts. Because of the threat of large hail at night, AccuWeather meteorologists have issued their own moderate risk indicating severe weather on a more regional scale. Next news story. This is from New York Post, James Gant, published February 26th, 2026. Bohemian Grove insider speaks out after bombshell celeb list leak. Here's what it's really like at the ultra-secret men's club. It's the top secret woodland club that many believe quietly decides the fate of the world when it meets up for 2 weeks every year. But this week, the veil was dramatically pierced on Bohemian Grove when a long list of names was suddenly thrust into the open, exposing its rich and powerful members. The directory, which includes figures such as Conan O'Brien, billionaire Michael Bloomberg, ex-Google boss Eric Schmidt, came as a shock to the society, which prefers to keep matters private. Now, the California Post can confirm the authenticity of the list, which named 2,000 people and the camps they belonged to when they descended on Monte Rio, 2 hours north of San Francisco in 2023. An insider also revealed more details about what happened among the Redwoods, which has been a closely guarded secret for nearly 150 years. The source told the Post it is an accurate list, but it's just a list of members in the camps to which they belong. This is a list of camp members, and it's pretty complete as of 2023. We don't publish a list. There is a list of members, but we don't disclose it as it is a private organization. They explained members of the Bohemian Club are allowed to attend the annual event each year, and they are invited by friends or associates to decide which of the 127 camps they join. Their size ranges from just a couple of members into the hundreds, and have names such as Abbey, Better Ol, and Camels. The insider said you have to be a member of the club to be a member of the camp. Your friend then asks you to join their camp if they want. Many across America and the world see the Bohemian Club as sinister, an Illuminati-style organization that is a puppet master for global events. A staggering list of power brokers throughout history are said to have joined, including Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Henry Kissinger. The source said he understands to a certain extent why it is viewed that way, but was quick to add no business deals were ever struck on site. They said, I think that's fair, but I would like to say this. You are forbidden to speak about business. Nobody solicits business at the club. You'd be thrown out. Someone would turn you in. The organization doesn't want people coming and using it as a way to get business. The club's motto is, Weaving spiders come not here, which is from Shakespeare's A Midnight Summer's Dream, meaning leave your business outside. But the source did admit the club does like to have politicians, heads of state, and military leaders, where they can chat about current events in a private setting. They continued, I think members are fascinated that the public is so obsessed with it because the organization is devoted to arts, drama, theater, and music. So it's amusing to the members that people are so fascinated. What happens among the trees during the 2 weeks in July has sparked numerous claims of bizarre rituals and even wild accusations of human sacrifice. Reporters, dating back decades, have tried to smuggle their way in and left with sometimes unbelievable stories that have made it into print. The most dramatic of these was from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who snuck inside in 2000, reported an effigy being burnt and satanic rituals. But the cameraman who was with him, Mike Hansen, said instead it was more of an overgrown frat party with pseudo-pagan events, not a truly dark conspiracy. The source told the Post there is a level of absurdity of the conspiratorial claims made by Alex Jones and others about what happened at the club. The reality is, it is no different than being in any other club. There's liquor, there's music, there's a fellowship. One man was thrown out of the club for jumping and swimming in the lake in front of the Owl Shrine. He was suspended for a year. I know someone got suspended for having electronics. No cell phones or computers are allowed. They got suspended for bringing a cell phone in. There's no nudity. If there was, you would be thrown out instantly. A large campfire in front of the giant owl statue at Bohemian Grove. The club, which has a headquarters in San Francisco, also gets a bad reputation for banning women, which has been a commonplace for historic private members clubs across the US and UK, but is slowly being phased out. The insider added, "There aren't any plans to allow women in currently. I can't tell you why. I think it would be a good idea. It's just been that way forever." Independent journalist Daniel Boguslaw got his hands on the list by hounding a Bay Area-based member for weeks and published the names Wednesday. Other notable names on the list included Jimmy Buffett, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, and billionaire donor Charles Koch. A spokesman for the club told the Post, "The Bohemian Club does not disclose the names of its members or guests."